Hi, welcome back to the showcast on Next Level Radio and the interview portion of our show. This week we have a talented actor who has burst onto the scene as Detective Cohen in USA's new hit Dig, which you can find Thursday nights at 10 o'clock. Ori Pfeffer joins us today. How's it going, Ori?
Pretty good, man. Loving this.
Good to hear from you. Yeah, you're better than us. I just covered a baseball game and it's about 35 degrees outside, so that was a lot of fun.
It's good to be in LA.
Yeah, that.
I think it's around 85 here, so.
Rubbing it in.
Yeah, it's about right.
Yeah. I'm wearing my Speedos. I'm walking around down Rodeo Drive.
I think even if you didn't tell me what temperature it was, I probably could have come pretty close in guessing it, because I feel like it's always the same temperature there.
Right. I thought you were going to say you were guessing me walking down with a Speedo.
I could have never guessed that.
Right. There you go.
So Dig, I guess, now is about 6 episodes in now, but we do live in the age of the binge watcher. So for anyone who hasn't seen the show yet and wants to caught up, can you tell us a little bit about Dig and then your character, Detective Cohen, as well?
Yeah, it's an adventure, I'd say somewhere between the world of the Da Vinci Code and Indiana Jones.
Sure.
We got a lot of action. We got a lot of really, really cool characters. And the show starts off with this murder case that takes place in Jerusalem. And all of a sudden, it turns out to be a conspiracy 2,000 years in the making. And the FBI agent, played by the incredible Jason Isaac, is stationed in Jerusalem, which is my turf, my city. And he kind of latches on to me to kind of solve this case and ensue this beautiful bromance thing that we have going on. And I think where we at now, I mean, we're going through the stages of relationship constantly, and I think we're coming on episode 6. I'm seeing we're at the anger stage, so that's going to come up. Other than this main line of story, the series revolves around the world. I mean, we have a story that takes place in Croatia, and we have a story that takes place in New Mexico, and everything kind of like converges to that heating point. So little by little, we uncover the mystery, the global mystery, and it's just very entertaining, very thrilling, and we got a really, really great cast. And Tim Crane from Heroes and Gideon Rapp from Homeland created the show. So you don't need much more than these two brains to get yourself on a real roller coaster ride. And it was a roller coaster ride to do it, as it is, I guess, to watch it. So, because we started off shooting this thing in Israel, in Jerusalem, which is an incredible city, and just like, it really played like a character in the show. All of a sudden you're shooting in these locations that are 2,000 years old, and you go, wow, maybe if I start digging right here, I'll find something. It's like delude yourself that you might find the Ark of the Covenant. So,
that would have made a great story in the headlines.
Yeah, right? Shooting the show, finding that's going to be the spin-off. So we started there, and it was really unique and different and vibrant, and because I guess not too many productions are filming there yet, it was, how in Hollywood or in the States, you shoot something, and some people walk by, and they're very respectful, and they ask, hey, what do you shoot, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's very visceral. They go like, yo, you're in my way. Do it again. Everybody has something to say. And it's really different. And it's really set exciting, and it's almost like theater at some point, because they're looking and they're giving you like a score right there. So after that, some things heated up around the area, so we had to pull back, and we went to Croatia, just out for Jerusalem, and New Mexico, where we did all the studio stuff. And so all of a sudden, like, the show turned out to be like a James Bond film for us. We were shooting 3 different continents, and over the course of 10 months. And we have this international crew, and it's just, like, super exciting, and, you know.
No, definitely.
That
Sounds crazy. I know, like Steve had mentioned with the age of binge watching, I'm mostly on board with the whole binge watching thing, not by choice always, though. I have a 4-month-old son, so it's not always easy for me to watch shows when they're on live. But, you know, I'm still a couple episodes back on Dig, but in doing a bit of the research for the interview, I did spoil a twist for myself, which I actually ended up watching just the other day anyway. But your character is actually revealed as gay at one point. In the series. What were some of the challenges and maybe difficulties being a straight man portraying a gay detective? Because I'm sure, I mean, it's got to be tough as far as making sure you do the correct type of portrayal and don't disrespect anybody.
Absolutely. Giddy is gay, so he was on board at all times. And I think one thing that was really important to him that he conveyed to me right from the get-go was like, it's not an issue. It's not an issue.
Yeah, the show kind of portrays that, which is kind of cool.
Right, and I think that is the power in the writing, and I think that's what I love about the character. A, there's no judgment about this, and B, it is not an issue, and it shouldn't be an issue, you know?
No, exactly.
And that's what I love about it, and I love the fact that, you know, I have gay friends who are, you know, you could think that they're straight or whatever. It doesn't have to be like this type of gay. There's so many types of people, and I just hope, you know, I did service to portray it in a way that is respectful and just like true to the friend that I kind of based this character on.
Right. Yeah, that's great. And then a little spinning off your character a little bit. Obviously, they do portray a very serious role, but getting into your real life a little bit, I looked a little bit into your social media accounts, and it does look like you like to have a good time off the set. Can you give us a little bit of a sneak peek into what you enjoy in your downtime when you're not doing filming?
Sure, man. I mean,
other than walking around in Speedos?
Yeah.
Right. We go out. We go out, we have fun, and then in New Mexico, it was great because, like you, I got not a 4-month-old, but I got 2 kids, a 3.5 and a 1.5-year-old. So every weekend, I just pushed them in a van, and we went to like every possible place, from the Grand Canyon to watch the sunset, to Sedona, to Taos, Santa Fe. We made a point of having a beautiful family time around the time, because, you know, when you shoot, it's so demanding, it's such long hours that when you get off, you just want to have a beer and a slice of pizza,
Sure.
and then go to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You do have a couple of days off. We really made an effort to make an adventure for ourselves. And it was funny because I was there with my family, and Jason wasn't there with his family. His family just moved back to London and whatnot. So he was like our third son. We would keep him along. It's like at dinner, he would always show up, bring flowers to my wife. It was so sweet about it. And it's just, so we had this camaraderie going on because, you know, being together for so long, and even though I didn't stand him at the beginning, we fell in love. It was so hard because the director, when we started, said to me, listen, I don't want you to talk to him, you got this tension going on. And then I meet this guy who's supposed to be this, you know, ultra alpha male, kind of like tough guy. They're like, oh, you know, hey, time for that guy, and all of a sudden, you know, it's La Familia. So that was great, and we had Allison, who was so sweet, and she's a singer too, which I didn't know beforehand, and she would like serenade us, and just, you know, we would do like karaoke competitions in the van, going to work and coming back. I always lost because I have the most voice on the planet, but I sound like Pavarotti, so you know, I got that dichotomy, and so everybody suffers from that, and I guess music is a recurring thing in the thing because Jason has this boombox that he takes with him everywhere, and at first it's a little like daunting, but all of a sudden, like wherever you go, there's a soundtrack to what's going on, like in between takes, in between like in the car, always there's music constantly, always music, and that's just, it was a unique thing for me, and I think I'm gonna take that with me.
No, that's always yeah. I mean that's good experiences to have.
It's not like I'm not saying, you know, it could fucking blow your mind, you know. I'm trying to think, and all you hear music, but then you got to surrender to it. You know what I mean?
You didn't pull a Christian Bale. Start yelling at people.
Do things. Yeah. At the moment, I was close to it, but then, like I said, I surrendered. I really harnessed that thing to have, and just like that keeps you in like this cool zone where, you know, what we do, you got to be relaxed. You really, you know, I think the great secret of any performance is just being relaxed, and you know, a set environment is a pretty tense environment because there's a lot of money, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of things going on. It's just not maintaining that relaxation, and music does that. So, you know, it's like when you see basketball players, right? They're showing up with their earphones
beats
before the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that.
Well, like you said, I mean, I know we're getting short on time with you, but we got just a quick couple more questions for you. Like you said, you're currently out in L.A., but looking into your history a little bit, you were born in Jerusalem and for the most part live out in Tel Aviv. What's it been like moving from Israeli television and film to getting into American television and film, like Dig, and I know you did Munich and World War Z?
Well, I think we got such great talent in Israel. I actually came out of a screening here in L.A. of an Israeli director, a movie with Gary Oldman and Kevin Costner. There's a lot of talent in Israel. I think that one thing that really separates the industry in Israel versus here is money. You know, the biggest show in Israel is like $100,000 per episode, and here you're doing a show that is almost $5 million an episode.
Yeah.
So basically, whatever your vision is, they're going to execute it, and especially on a show like Dig, you see it. I mean, just the scale of the show, and this, you know, it's really, it's bigger than life, and I think to really create that kind of environment and that kind of a reality, you have to have a lot of money. And so I'd say, and of course, it's lubricated here. You know, the machine works just like seamlessly, and that's something that I think Israel needs to catch up to.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, you have a director, you have the director of photography, the DP, and the actor, and that's the dance. You know, that's who's on the dance floor and who's doing, you know, the thing at the end of the day. So if you got those three elements top grade, then you're good.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you did talk a little bit about the differences between American to Israeli. Was the goal to always be in Hollywood, or did you have a moment where it kind of just clicked for you, where you said, okay, let's go get to Hollywood now?
Well, I think, you growing up, my mom is Australian, my dad remarried an American, so I spent a lot of time here and in Australia, and of course the world, the way that is, I don't know how old you guys are, but American influence all over the world is so dominant. Western world, watching movies and watching TV shows.
Right.
So you always kind of go, maybe this. I remember my, looking up to Sly Stallone when I was a kid, the Rambo movies, and it's like that whole world. You go, and then he came and he shot Rambo 3 in Israel. And it's like, oh wait, it's possible. These worlds do collide in some weird way.
Yeah.
And I went and I met him and I took a picture with him. I think I was 11. I was like, I guess everything is possible. So I will say I've always kind of had it in the back of my mind and hoped for it a little bit too. So it's a great dream come true. Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah.
Sounds cliche. I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm not so cool. I'm not so cool. But yeah, it
well, I'll speak for all of America when I say we're glad to have you.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. So you can go ahead and follow Ori on Twitter and Instagram. That's at Ori Pfeffer, which I'll spell it out here. ORIPFEFFER. And make sure to tune in to Dig on USA. Again, you can find it Thursday nights at 10. Thanks a lot for joining us, Ori. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, guys. All right. Take care.
Awesome. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.